title of today's class is, How Much Do You Love Life and Want to Live? How much do you love life and want to live? Somebody could say, well, what do you mean? Of course I love life. Of course I want to live. It's only natural. Why are you even asking that question? The reason I asked that question and devised the presentation that's coming today is I started making observations that gave me the idea that people don't want to live, don't love life, or actually want to die. What observations am I talking about, you might wonder? I've known people who have had open heart surgery. I've known people who had stents put in their heart. And then as soon as the operation is done, we'll go smoke. So they went through the expense and the pain of the operation and continue to smoke. And they know the date on it. They know what the consequence of smoking is. It's not a matter of knowledge. They know. So you go, wow. How do you explain it? You have to ask the question, well, do you want to live? Really want to live? Do you really love life? Maybe you don't. Many people will say, well, I want to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy it, and when I have to go, I go. It's like the way you're eating or smoking, drinking. You're lucky if you have a fast death. You know you may have a prolonged death. It could be slow and painful and costly. And when the time comes, you can think, was it worth it to be with these behaviors? I was eating breakfast at our family restaurant that we like to go to, my wife and I. The next table, this young man, he had four children sitting at the table with him, young children. And he came out, talked to him a little bit, and he said, well, I have diabetes. My blood sugar was 300. Anything over 125 is diabetes. He was 300. He was ordering pancakes. Pancakes. It's white flour, turns into glucose in the bloodstream. He's eating the pancakes. Nice guy. Just you meet him, you say, he's a nice guy. Nice family. That wasn't enough. He then poured syrup all over the pancakes. Syrup all over those pancakes. And was eating it. And I said, hey, bro, I don't want to interfere with your life. But you just told me you had diabetes. Your blood sugar is 300. What's happening? And he says, I just can't resist it. He was eating the pancakes smothered in syrup, smothered in maple syrup. Later, his son came and hugged me and said, thanks for caring enough to ask my father that. He had 4 young children. Well, diabetes won't kill you, but the diseases that lead to will. Strokes, cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, cancer. He was doing this. My own father, the greatest man I've ever known, Samuel Nerenberg, was eating, kept candy bars in his car, loved life, loved his family, loved his business, seemed to love life, seemed to. He would hide candy bars in his car so my mother wouldn't know. He'd just keep eating these candy bars, Mars candy bars, Snickers, whatever. One day I said, Dad, this is killing you. You're overweight. What's going on? He said, son, and he was a wise man, a deep man. He said, son, I guess it's an unconscious death wish. And he kept eating that stuff. Died not too many years later. Massive coronary attack, heart attack. My deceased father-in-law, for everything I've heard, a great man, loved his family, loved life, for every account I heard. This man was a great human being. The doctor told him if you continue smoking, you won't be alive in 6 months. And he was eating. He'd walk around with cashews in his pocket, just eating cashews, smoking cigarettes. Within 6 months later, he was dead. He was crazy about his wife. His wife was crazy about him, my mother-in-law. Gone. So I've seen it at a personal level. And I know every one of you, those in the room, those watching on DVD and those on CD, you all know people, and it might include yourselves, doing things that you know are not conducive to your life. Drinking too much, or some people using drugs,